Hi y'all, the following is a quick catch up and chat that I did a few days ago before putting up my deck review and the giveaway. However, it occurred to me there's some information in there you guys might not know. So the first thing is that because I don't think I put up my August unboxings, all of my unboxing videos, I did do them, I just didn't have the energy to edit and put them up, although honestly, sorry, I'm holding this with my hand instead of just putting it down, so it's a little bit crazy. I don't really edit to begin with, although I'm trying to learn a little bit of fun things. So the unboxing videos will be coming. In one of those videos, I did let everyone know that I was pregnant at the time. So, FYI, that happened. And on top of that, the following video may have some trigger points for some people. So I just wanted to give a heads up on that. If you're easily triggered, there's some discussions of cancer and pregnancy and weird like inner body stuff, although not too TMI, but just FYI. And with that, I'm just gonna follow up and let you know that since that video occurred, we did hear back from the oncologist, and my daughter did have her PET scan. She is free and clear. She will have to do a bunch of other stuff just for follow-up, but we are very excited about that. If you follow my Instagram, you already know that. Super happy to put that at the beginning of this video. But yeah, so I hope you enjoy the chat and the follow-up. I am going to be sitting here waiting for it to upload while I consecrate some decks that I'm going to be using for upcoming videos and for pulls because I get to get back to work. Thanks guys. I hope you're having a great October. Happy Mercury in retrograde. Hey y'all, it's Brandy, and we are here in my room, all set. I'm gonna put you down in a second, so it's gonna get wobbly because I have tremors and no one wants to see that. This is just a chat. How is everyone? Okay, let's see if this is gonna work. Is it gonna work? I think it'll work. All right, this is just a catch-up chat because I know everybody's been, oh, here we go. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Can you see it? Oh, there it is, with my skeletons in their tutus. Just a quick chat to catch up so everybody knows what's been going on because I've been gone for such a long time. Regular old mug today, and we have our classic Mom Do in case anyone's paying attention. Hot apple cider, y'all. It's that time of year. I'm so excited. So you really can't tell behind me because it's all blown out, but the leaves are changing and falling where I live, which is so much fun. I love it. I love this time of year. And I have my paper here so that I don't take too long with this catch up. So I'm going to give you all the lowdown on what's been going on. This has no unboxing. It has no deck anything. Well, it has like little deck talk, but not much. Just a basic like sit down, have a cup of something awesome, whatever that is for you, you know, grab some wine, a good solid beer or some fantastic herbal tea, and sit and enjoy yourself. So let's see. The first thing for the giveaway updates. Okay, so I have one giveaway that I did. I'm waiting for the order to come in. I have something that I'm sending with it. So I'm waiting for that order to come in, and then that will be shipped. I know you've been waiting forever, and you're amazing for that. And then I'm going to be putting up the pull for the art giveaway, the $50 art giveaway, Friday, this Friday. So today is what, Monday? So that video will be up on Friday, and then you'll be able to see who won for that. I do have a whole bunch more giveaways planned. I've been finding things, curating little fantastic things to give away. Lots of crystals, a couple of decks. I'm super excited about one of them. I kind of want to tell you right now. I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. It takes all the willpower because I'm sitting right next to it. Let's see what else. Oh, I saw just a couple of fun shout outs. So Tail Raven Tarot on Instagram new to me, probably not to all of you. Tale is T-A-L-E, like story, not tail of a rabbit. And she's doing 31 days of spooky. I actually filmed 3 videos for this, and I actually thought about doing it. It sounds so fun. I just can't pull it off. The day-to-day videos, super fun. I really enjoyed the 31 days of tarot, but with Halloween being all janky this year, and I'm actually not justifying it, I just feel like I should share this with people. With Halloween being crazy and weird this year, trying to make that this month fun for the kids and not have them just be sad and morose is actually quite the challenge. So yeah, that's taking a lot of my energy. What else? Oh, there has been a new fantastic deck announcement. I don't know if y'all saw this, but Vivi, she's Mystic Sunchild on Instagram. I'm looking over here because I have a little paper with notes so that I get everything right. Mystic Sunchild, all one word. She put out the Mystic Meadow, which is, it's kind of like a website, I guess, is the best way to describe it. I think there's more coming to it, but it's combined. Well, no, it's not combined. They're 2 separate things. She's also doing the Mystic Path Tarot. And on her Instagram, she has pictures of the deck. It looks super fun. It really is pleasant to look at. I guess it depends on your aesthetic. I'm going to say that. But she has descriptions of some of the cards, what they were inspired by, who they were inspired by, that kind of thing. The Mystic Meadow, though, so cool. It's a 16-minute guided chakra meditation that she put together, and I think she just like dreamed this, and it was like she thought, and it just popped out of her brain, and it was. I'm sure there was more work to it than that, but it's kind of awesome. So check that out. Go. You can find it through Instagram, like I said, Mystic Sunchild. If that is your thing, it was pretty cool. I think all of her links are on her Instagram. That's how I found it. Also, her YouTube channel is fantastic. She just did a deck review. Oh, I can't remember what deck it was. I forgot to write it down. She's super fun, though. Like, her smile just makes everything better. So go check that out. Or not. Whatever. I think that's everything I wanted to touch on. So now I'm just going to sit here with my little heater on my feet because I'm just cold enough. I hope it's not too loud. And give you like a whole update. I'm going to try to keep it to about another 5 minutes. So here's hoping. Because we know that that's not always the case. So let's see. Okay, I'm going to start with Jack. My daughter, Jacqueline. We call her Jack from The Incredibles. When she was a baby, she had that same curl that baby has on The Incredibles. And she kind of has that temperament. Like, she's super cute and kind and happy until you make her mad. And then she like lights on fire, and you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so if I mention Jack, that's what I'm talking about. So Jackie is actually currently right now at her final scan. So we're really hoping, oh, so much, that this is her final scan and that she will be considered cancer-free. Now, yes, she will have to go in for more testing. I think it's once every 6 months for a couple of years. And we do have to do some fertility work with her because there is a chance that she may have some issues there. But hopefully no more chemo and hopefully no radiation. We're going to find out today. She's gotten her shot or whatever they have to put in her port. I'm doing this because she has a port in her body, and that's how I remember. And that is a place where they attach a type of IV so that they aren't constantly having to put it in her veins of her arms. And then she'll go in for a scan, and then they hang out at the hospital for a while, and then they do a scan of her whole upper torso. And that makes sure that it hasn't spread anywhere and that she is nothing showing. And then she'll be on a couple little medicines for things for the next few months, but nothing, like her hair hopefully will start to grow back, although she is a cute little baldy, let me tell you. I wasn't sure that she was, like, you're never sure if somebody's going to be cute bald, but she's a pretty cute Baldy. So that's what's going on with Jack. Fingers crossed. And of course, I'll update as we go, or you can check out my Instagram. I do put some stuff up on there. Baby update. So I am no longer pregnant. This was a really hard thing. I'm going to talk about it now, and it'll probably seem like not a big deal. This was a very, very difficult thing. The sadness was amazing. So first off, we weren't really expecting to get pregnant. We open to it, very excited about the whole idea. Don't get me wrong, I love that idea. It'd be great. But it kind of just happened randomly, and everything was fine. So what ended up happening is I had sad fetus syndrome. SAD, sad, like crying sad. This is a very, very ultra rare experience, and I just have the luxury of this. I often have I have very weird things that have happened to me medically in my life. How rare do you say? Well, it's 1/3 of the cases, of 1/3 of those cases, of 1/4 of the cases total to of the cases which total 0.0005. So I looked it up because that made no sense to me. So if you're good at math, then you're going to take 1/4 of 0.005 and then 1/3 of that and then 1/3 of that. Here's what I found. I found that they actively have 19 cases on record of what happened. So what happened was I had a partial molar pregnancy that they didn't know about. So we had a miscarriage around 14.5 weeks, and the baby was fine. There was no issues with the baby at all. No genetic abnormalities. Pregnancy was going fine. But part of the placenta was a partial molar pregnancy, which is kind of, and putting it in layman's terms, is a tumorous growth, and it happens when 2 sperm try to impregnate an egg. Now, the baby had regular situation. So they actually don't know what causes this, and it's almost impossible to have a regular baby and a problem like this over here. It is, there is one known case of a baby that made it all the way to, well, didn't even make it till term, but made it to like being able to be born and lived. One known case. There's another known case of a baby that was born with heavy complications, and it died at 62 days old. So they have no known cases of this actually occurring and having a baby that lives. Most of the time there's a problem with the fetus. That's more common when you have a partial molar pregnancy. And honestly, it's so rare to have a partial molar pregnancy. Usually you have a full molar pregnancy, which is just this totally weird thing. Or you have what they call a partial molar pregnancy, but there's no baby in there. So really, really weird situation. There wasn't anything that they could tell me ahead of time to like prep me that there was going to be a problem. And it was really devastating and terrible. We had just told the kids, and so everybody had just come around to like, you know, being okay with everything and kind of excited about it. And we had just passed the threshold of where I'm, you know, just past first trimester, and you're starting to be okay with the idea of telling people about it. But I've had complications before, so I was like, we're still just gonna hold off. Yeah, good thing we did, because it was really hard to deal with. It was really hard to deal with, and not just emotionally. I'm just gonna say this, like emotionally and psychologically, because I have had a miscarriage before. That was very difficult, but medically, this was off the charts crazy. I had to go in, I'm just gonna turn my heater down here, don't mind me. Had to go in, and so I was pretty much like down for most of the pregnancy, just because that's what ended up happening. I was pretty much like laying down a lot. So much for my 5 minutes, huh? Anyway, so we went in and we had one appointment, and then had to go back 2 days later, or a week later? No. Had to wait for things to happen naturally, which, P.S., by the way, is terrible and awful. Terrible experience. And I have a very high pain tolerance, and it was just a terrible experience. anybody that has to go through that, like, you should just like send them flowers, send them chocolate, give anything, make them food, because that is a terrible experience. And it's terrible for the person that's helping them get through it, because you're kind of helpless to help this person, and they have to go through it because otherwise they could get very sick. It's terrible. So went through that, and then within a week had to go back to the doctor, and she ended up having to do a medical procedure in the office, which was unbelievably painful. Nope. Never. Nope. So they did that, and then they were hoping everything would be fine, which it wasn't. I ended up going back in, more labs, another appointment, and then another appointment where I had to go get another ultrasound. That didn't come back the way we wanted it to be, because what they have to do is they have to make sure nothing's going on with your uterus, because, get this, and this is crazy stuff. A molar pregnancy or a partial molar pregnancy can embed itself into your uterus and grow into a very particular kind of cancer. Sorry? So no baby and cancer? Please, let's not. This is not fair. This is, no. So I was like, do all the tests. I am down. I will do all the tests, because I'm not really excited about the idea of of that. And it is a thing that happens. Now, it's completely treatable. You don't die from it. As far as we know, I don't have it. So I'm just going to preface with that. Anyway, had to go in and so after the ultrasound that didn't come back the way they wanted, so I had to go in for a procedure, a DNC in the hospital. That was amazing. No, it wasn't. The hospital staff was fantastic, but I had to get a COVID test as well, and those were very unpleasant. I think anybody that doesn't wear a mask should just have to go get a COVID test, because those are very unpleasant, and maybe they'll change their minds. Like, maybe just the unpleasantness of it would just make people change their minds. I'm just saying. Anyway, on top of this nonsense, Jackie's got her chemo going. I've got kids at home that we're homeschooling, so they're all learning, and I'm still teaching and doing all of that. And, you know, doggos that need love and attention. And my husband's trying to work with all of this crazy going on. So that went fine. The only thing that happened that was crazy is they blew out my vein, which sounds terrible, but it made me look really badass. It doesn't hurt at all. It just makes you have this terrible, terrible bruise. So where we are at with that right now is that I have to go every week and get a test for this hormone, and make sure that it's not there and it doesn't come back for many months. And then I can go on with life as usual. But it was a bit much.
What are we going to have for lunch?
Anyway, so that is that update. Now I'm a lot better and everything is going fine. But that is that. It's a crazy, crazy situation. So I also am almost finished my real estate class, which is very exciting. That was a debacle because I was not able to really take the class or focus or get anything done for the many months that I've been off kilter. So glad I didn't try though, because there's a lot of law involved that took actual concentration. One of my big adventures right now is we are homeschooling, and I'm actually using Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'm building a curriculum around that, which is super fun right now today. So for example, today they watched the episode called The Great Divide, and we sat down. We're actually going to do a huge project on that this week, and I'm using it to show how to gain perspective on other people's opinions, to teach about trust and lying, to teach about reasons why people argue and what they argue about and where that comes from. Also to teach about deception and the idea of, within that, the idea of it's not always what it looks like, because there's multiple issues in that episode if you desire to watch it. that show how deceptive different things can be and how your perspective can be very, very wrong based on what information you choose to take in. And we're also doing within that. So for example, today I had each one of them say what their opinion about the episode was, because they have watched it before. And then what they were supposed to do is go downstairs and watch it again and look for the opposite perspective. So deliberately looking to find things that go against your perspective. So we're going to be doing that, and then I'm going to tie it into U.S. history because we're discussing like the debates and things like that. It should be really interesting. Anyway, so I'm building a whole curriculum around that, and that's been a little bit time consuming. I had a huge cooking adventure. And by huge, I mean gigantic. I cooked something like 55 meals and froze them in one day, and I put together a whole video on it. I got these great big bowls. They're like this big. I mean, they're bigger than me. It was amazing. It was so much fun, so much cooking. And so we have lots and lots of dinners and things to just throw in the oven, which is fantastic. And last but not least, I have a bunch of deck reviews coming up because I got a bunch of decks in, and I'm going to be getting my other videos up for the unboxings that I've done, things like that. So you'll be seeing my face all over the place. The only other thing I think I wanted to talk about is Netflix. I'm kind of mad at Netflix right now. I'm just going to put it out there because they are canceling. So they canceled a bunch of shows that they had slated to have second or third seasons. I'm trying to remember. I know the Dark Crystal. I don't even want to discuss that because I'm just going to be angry. And the information coming out is that it's all based on a new CEO, which somebody pick this up. Somebody pick it up. There's money to be made and people will follow this. Someone pick it up. I don't know. Just hear me in the ether. But other shows, I know there's a bunch of shows the kids watch that were slated for second seasons. I can't remember right now, so this is not doing me any good. But I'm kind of mad at them. They're getting rid of shows that I really like. And it's not really my personal opinion. It's that it's starting to be like television used to be this way, where they would just get rid of shows based on money. And Netflix used to be the thing you went to because they didn't do that. And now I'm starting to find that Amazon Prime is the one that does that, where you go there because it's not about the money. I don't know. Right now, I just started watching The Expanse. The husband is super into it. He says the science is fantastic. The first episode I watched bounced all over the place, and I had trouble with it. He says you get into it. After a couple of episodes, it starts to make sense, and the bouncing around isn't as difficult. He said the writing is fantastic, and the characters have great development. We'll see. I'm not sure. I still haven't finished The Last Kingdom because I just don't want to. I like it so much. I just don't want it to end. What else? Nothing really. So send me, what should I watch? Send me Netflix. What should I watch on Netflix or Amazon Prime? I have both because that's how I roll. There was something else I was going to discuss. Oh, I know what I was going to discuss. Okay. So there's a bunch of movies. Like Birds of Prey was fantastic. I don't know why people were so against this movie, and they should have made a sequel. They were going to, but then they said it tanked at the box office. But I think that's because of COVID. I don't think it was terrible. Ewan McGregor was amazing. Whatever. Can we talk about Alita, please? Battle Angel. Are you familiar with this? It's a fantastic movie. It's amazing. And it didn't do that well in the States. It did fantastic everywhere else. They're re-releasing it on the 30th of October. To give it a second run in the States. Can we have a second here? You can't give a movie a re-release during COVID. I mean, Regal just put out that they're going to be going bankrupt and closing all their movie theaters. People aren't going to the movies right now. This is not a good choice. Just make a sequel and be done with it. It's amazing. Just make a sequel. Anyway. Because my opinion matters so much. What else? How you guys doing with COVID? Really? You hanging in? It's not the easiest thing, this world. I'm not discussing politics. I don't do that. So if you do decide to talk COVID on this channel, please don't put politics in your conversation because it's so unnecessary. I am sad though because I really wanted to travel this year. I want to go to Norway and I have some plans for Scotland and Ireland and I can't go anywhere, so wah wah. So that's everything. It's a lot of info, I think. Not really. I'm not telling you much. But I appreciate you sitting here with me. And I do wonder how you are. So let me know. Keep in touch. I hope that you are looking forward to Halloween, even though it's not like Halloween. It's a huge deal if you work with Samhain. This year's Samhain is amazing. Also, the Buddhist Festival of Lights is October 31st this year. So if you do any ancestral work or practice Buddhism in that way, then I wish you well. And I hope that you have a great October. Thanks for the chat.